What is up, everybody? And this is what happens when I have to produce on my own. I don't have my producer today, so I'm human. Made a mistake, but you forgive me, don't you? Oh, I did it again. See? 2 for 2. Let me do this. That's better. What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations. 2018 Innovation Award winner, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads, fathers, and male caregivers that is sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And being part of that team, we've reached out directly and indirectly to over 400,000 dads, fathers, and male caregivers around the world. And as always, I'd like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. We're broadcasting live on Saturday, July 12th, and Toronto is going under another heat wave. I think it was 2 weeks ago. We had a real big heat wave. Was it Saturday, Sunday, Monday? Well, we started yesterday. And today, with humidity, it's about 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in Toronto. And it's not supposed to break till Wednesday. Fierce heat. But we're doing fine. We're broadcasting live. And it's been a good week. And you know what? It's Primetime Saturday time. It's LaLa time. We have no Aisha today. And everyone, please have Aisha in her thoughts because she's going a little bit under a health challenge today. And we won't get too much into it, but she's going to health challenge. So put your thoughts in the land of Aisha K. Staggers today. LaLa Key, what is going on?
No, what's not going on? Guess what? I am doing more balancing than ever right now. I am really on a good streak with my series called Finding Your Soul's Voice. And I've been working pretty hard on tapping back into my creative abilities and my creative artistry. And it's been a wonderful adventure. And it's allowed me to balance a whole lot since the world is so crazy.
The world's crazy?
You know what I did this week that gave me joy? Mm-hmm. I went and bought bubbles and I sat on my patio and I blew bubbles.
I haven't done that in a long time.
The fact that so many people like would walk by and be smiling, like it's simple things like that, you know, like somebody's blowing bubbles, you know, it just gave me peace.
The simple things. Simple. This is good.
How about you? What did you do something this week that gave you joy?
What gave me joy this week? There were so many things. Not trying to. Usually ask people what gave them wins this week. What did I do that gave me joy this week? And there's always so many things. People may or may not know I've been a certified coach since 2015.
Did not know that.
Yes, actually it was a 6-month course once a week for an hour and a half. And I've had my coaching certificate since last month was 10 years.
What is that?
And long before people said coaching, you know, I'm a coach. And a lot of times when people say they're a coach, I don't want to offend everybody out here, but when they say they're a coach, I say, where did you go to school for that? And I just get the quiet.
That's story. Right. Because that's one of those that people can just tag onto and say.
Yeah.
And not do.
And I have on my office upstairs, I have on my desk my coaching certificate. So I actually show it to clients saying, here. Because it's one thing, one of my mentors told me, it's one thing to tell people what you've done. It's another thing if you can show them what you've done.
Yes.
And that relationship with one of the co-founders, we've known each other now since November 2014. And about 5 years ago, he started bothering me saying, hey, you'd make a good trainer. I said, no, I don't want to do online training. No. And this gentleman has great intuition. I don't know if anyone, if you've ever been around someone that has great intuition,
Oh,
it's,
yes.
it's really a wonderful gift if you have it. And eventually, about 3 years ago, I took the plunge. And up until recently, I've been doing training of coaches in the school every Monday night from 8 p.m. to 9:30 Eastern time
Oh, how
with,
wonderful.
with students all around the place. And they took a little break, so we restarted last Monday. And the caliber of students in this intake, I went, wow. Like, if it was 15 years ago, I would have pure imposter syndrome. Like, there's a gentleman who used to run a U.S. government agency.
Oh, wow.
I like, there's
Wow.
really accomplished people, and the thing is, I just been introduced to a whole new curriculum. So it was brand new set of people, high professional standards, a lot of them, and a brand new color curriculum on the first. It was and I, in the past, I'd be nervous, but I was excited, and I'm really happy in the way things have come out. For the next 4 or 5 weeks, I'll be doing Monday and Tuesday nights. And actually, one of the students I have is from Qatar.
Really?
Yeah, this organization, they've been around for years. They've coached people from all around the world. Another, I guess, in the Tuesday night class, there's someone from the Ukraine.
I absolutely love it. How fascinating.
It's amazing. Oh, look, so we got a. Okay, should I answer this question after? Okay, after or beginning? Okay, so. Oh, Dr. G, I said, what brought you joy? So there you go, Dr. G Landry. I'm telling you
Hi,
what brought me
Dr.
joy.
G.
Yeah, it brought me joy this week. Thanks for chiming in. Other things. Uh Hanging out with my dad always brings me joy. Hang out with my
Oh, I always love to hear that, Dr. Vibe. I always love to hear that.
Yeah, that always brings me joy. Yeah. Yeah, I okay, I'm gonna show people something. It's not fully operational yet, but it will be in the next, promise, in the next 3 weeks. Does anyone know what that is? Unless you're into podcasting, you probably don't know.
Oh, I love that. That's your mixer.
Well, it's a mixer, whatever. It's something called a Rodecaster Pro, made by a
Yeah.
company called Rode, that has been around for many years. It does a lot of stuff with microphones, audio
Hmm.
equipment, and believe it or not, it's been sitting at my feet for about 2.5 years.
Are you serious?
Yes, and producer Matt, who isn't with us this week, he's just been able to get a gig, or he's the head of a production team of a brand new podcast, and he's talking about all this stuff. So, you know what? I got to connect this thing. So I opened it up, and it didn't take more than 10-15 minutes to connect it up, and it can do so many things. I'm not using it fully yet. Within the next 2 or 3 weeks, uh, I'm going to show some people other things. You'll probably see me using this baby.
Oh, that's a nice one. Which one is that? A Shure?
That's a Shure SMB7. That
Well,
is
you know, my
like
husband's in audio, so I know these things.
yeah, right. So that's sort of like the industry standard for like, and I've had that for about a year and a half, and I haven't really used it. Said, okay, I'm gonna buy the boom arm. So buy, definitely the middle of next month at the absolute, you're gonna see a different setup with my microphone. I'll have that boom microphone and da 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 da, doing that sort of thing. So
I
I'm gonna,
love it.
yeah, I could do it now with it, but I have a microphone stand, and I said no, I'd rather have the arm, because see the microphone there, because I do have a good microphone now. People, if I sound okay, please tell me. I said, you know
You
what, let me,
do. It's clear.
audio's always a good thing. So yeah,
It's clear.
that's some of the stuff that's going on allegedly in my world.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's good things.
Well, Dr. G Landry says great equipment. Are you familiar with that stuff? I don't make assumptions, just asking questions. Are you familiar with that type of equipment? But let me put it this way: the Rodecaster, it's still, it's at least $500 US,
Yes, it is.
and the microphone, the Shure SMB7, I bought it on online off of somebody for probably like $150, $200, which is really good.
Wow, that is an excellent
Really
price.
good price. Now,
Yeah.
Dr. Vibe's got to use it. So, family, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, going to use it. Oh, I know another thing. Did you take part at all in, was it Amazon? What was it called the last few
Oh, the
days?
Prime?
Yeah,
No,
any of
the Prime week. And
yeah.
guess what, Dr. Vibe? The boycott is working.
Oh,
They were down. Someone reported, I think it was
what
44%.
the first day was, yes, down about 44%. Absolutely. Yeah.
The
I
boycott is working.
well, it is. It is. It is. It is.
I'm all for it. I'm really all for it.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and look, Dr. Vibe, I see we're live on Substack.
Well, this is another thing we want to chat with you about because you are doing some of your stuff on subs, your new venture on
I
subs.
am.
How are you finding it? Because I finding well, you should also take a look too because I'm now putting out some of the replays of Primetime on Substack.
I love it. I'll be checking those out. I just
Yeah.
posted today my second week of finding your soul's voice. And so I put that on there first before I put it anywhere else. All their other places will be put out on Monday. But if you want to go and see this week's video, you just go to Substack.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the Substack experience. And again, we have to say we always give a big thank you to Tanya Smith because
Oh my gosh, yes, I love her.
without her, I would have never thought about going on to Substack, and she has really been a great leader, mentor in a number of different things in regards to if you're a content creator, and she's been doing it for a while too, but she does
Yeah.
it just at a good level, just a great. And I came across now we've got to get her on. But again, I've got to work with your time, a little bit of your time difference. But I really want to get Tanya on, big time,
And very much so. She has so much knowledge.
100%, 100%. Now, Dr. G. Landry says, now that's the very best. Okay, so it sounds like, as I say, it sounds like you have experience in this audio engineering game. And also says, great equipment. All right. Bear with me today, family, because I'm producing, doing all this is like OG conversation because I got to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So bear with me. And what we're gonna do is, if you allow us, we're gonna take a break for 30 seconds, and we got a whole pile of stuff to talk about.
We do.
So we do, and the show hasn't been on for 2 weeks, so that's even more so. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe show. Mr. Wayne Harris, what's going on, my brother?
Let's go. Happy New Year, Dr. Vibe and the family. If you have investments in the United States, good for you, because you just make money on the exchange. People are going to spend money they don't have to impress people they don't like. This is looking at the tax code and the tax regime and maximizing it in your favor.
That's what they call it. They call it the Morning Vibe with myself and co-host Ryan O'Neill Knight every Monday and Friday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time, and we have epic conversations there too. Let's get down to some business. As always, Girlfriends Chat with Aisha LaLa and Jill Jones. On Patreon, there's a link there. Substack, there's a link there. And I want to say a belated happy birthday to Ms. Jill Jones. I did wish it to her on Instagram, and she had a great little post on her birthday. And she seems to create some nice peace with herself.
Yeah, she has, and we have such wonderful girlfriend chats. So, listen, I know Dr. Vibe tells you every time we're on that we do have those, but if you haven't, it's a different type of chat. We really should come and check us out because we literally are just girlfriends sitting down, having coffee and chatting, and it's an experience that if you just need to just kind of kick back with some girlfriends, grab you a coffee, grab you a little drink. I got my little port wine tonight, and enjoy our conversations.
Absolutely. And yeah, definitely Patreon people, Patreon people. I've got and actually another thing for people, if you follow me on Patreon, you're going to see a number of shorts from Dr. Vibe conversations and a lot from these conversations on Substack. So I'm enjoying, and as I said, figuring it out and enjoying the platform because you can post video there, you can post audio there. There's,
Yeah.
as Tanya Smith would say, the reason why she loves long form content, video content, you can do so many different things with it. All right. The Primetime Saturday store. There is the link. Also, the Discord group. Please email me dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com or click on the Discord group link that's on the screen, and it'll be in a lot of comment sections. And subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Also, like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Yeah, I'm on all those platforms. I should actually add Substack too. It always seems to be growing. And also to advertise your business product or service on any of the platforms that I'm on, email me, dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. And finally, Indie Soup TV with Dr. Tatch. I think they're kicking off their new season, I think next week or the week after. This is one of the this is one of the conversations you see on it. You'll see it.
I absolutely love that. Dr. Tachi is so amazing.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to know, and it's a pleasure to work with Dr. Tachi and provide a resource. And also there's the website for Indie Soup Media TV. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We ready?
Ready.
Okay. Oh, and also, thank you for the Facebook Live, Jen Myers. I believe she is actually watching on Lala's Facebook page today.
Thank you.
All right. Jeffrey Epstein is still causing trouble for 47. Lala.
Yes. Well, there's so much back and forth with this, and this is the problem. This is another one of those what I like to call the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. Pay no mind to the man behind the curtain at the end of the movie, because no matter how he continues to try to distance himself from Epstein, the more and more people are showing proof. And it's so obvious. They have footage of him at parties. They have footage of him being with Epstein. They have footage with Epstein and him on a plane going to an island together, this famous island that everyone knows about. And news has come out this week that Trump seriously, and I cannot stand to say his name. It just makes me icky. The orange one. The orange one.
Yeah.
The orange one was considering pardoning what's her name, Giselle?
Yes.
Or whatever her name was.
I heard that.
He didn't, because it would have caused too much of attention and it would have caused more speculation about that. But the fact that they promised over and over that they were going to release this list, and now all of a sudden there is no list, and Epstein totally unalived himself. They're trying to distance themselves when there's so much proof. But Dr. Vibe, here's my problem. We have shown proof over and over. We've had serious receipts on everything that Trump has done in this term and last term and over his life. And it seems that it just doesn't matter. No matter how much I put my heart into thinking, now they're going to see, I know in my heart of hearts is it doesn't matter, because they're going to die on that cross of staying with their leader. That is what cults do. This is not going to go away. And unfortunately, I don't think that we're going to learn the real truths and see all of the real transcripts and all of the real everything until maybe 50 years down the road. It's the same thing that we had going on with, our President Kennedy being assassinated and all those things. Now here we are many years later, and we're finding more and more truths out. But in the meantime, everybody was labeled a conspiracy theorist. This is how they control the narrative. And now we know that there's aliens here. There's aliens that's been here. Whether you believe that stuff or not, it's proof now that it is out, and that, there are probably still some here that they're studying. So this is not conspiracy. This is a way to blow more smoke up our butts, to keep us arguing about, is it true? Is it not? No, it is. Yes, it is. But I'm telling you here and now, we know that he was there. The women who came out and sued him are scared to death, and they're telling their truths. And now all of a sudden, many of them are disappearing, and many of them have come out and said, I am healthy. I am safe. I have no intentions of leaving this earth. And then now they're gone. So this will not go away. This will not go away. Unfortunately, I think they're just going to continue to sweep it under the rug as a conspiracy theory.
Well, this has been, let me get to the comment. Enlightened Being says, hello, family. Hope you're doing fine. And of course, yes, Jen is watching from your Facebook page today.
Thank you.
Way to go, Jen. Love that. Okay, gonna put a let me get some water here. I thought I brought it down here. Yes, I've got it. Hold on.
Well, we know it's a cult. I mean, it is a cult, and everything about this is cult-like behavior. There is no conspiracy. We all know that it happened, and there are transcripts. There are videos where these young ladies have come out, and now, I mean, they're coming out shaking in their boots. Dr. Vibe, I have watched several of those videos of these young ladies that have come out and spoken about it. And one thing, knowing that I am a sexual abuse survivor myself, there is one thing that you can tell from survivor to survivor, and that is eyes. When you are telling your story, there is something in your eyes. I cannot explain it. I cannot tell you, well, it looks like this, because it's not that easy. When these women are telling their stories, Dr. Vibe, they are really shaking in their boots. And not only that, they're reliving it again. The trauma of reliving this over and over, and knowing that there will be many people that will label you crazy, that will be many people that will label you as nuts, will label you a liar, will do everything that they can to come out against you when you are telling your truth. That is bold of these ladies. That is brave of these ladies. And yet we have yet seen justice for what Epstein has done. Whatever her name is, Giselle or whatever she is, she's just as evil. She's evil. She's a woman herself. And if you ask me, she's worse than Epstein for what she did to other women when she is a woman. And then you have the orange one claiming, he never has done this. And you see all these god awful photos of him and his daughter and the way she's sitting. And that's not normal, Dr. Vibe. It's not normal. It's not acceptable. And I am literally livid that we couldn't even get him on that. And yet he's in the White House again.
Well, I've got a question for the audience who's watching live, and love to get your feedback in the answer section. We have this. What do you think is the biggest lesson we as a community should take from all the news about Epstein and 47? What do you think, Lala?
The rich will always protect the rich. When you have a twisted need in your life, this is why what do you call that? There's this show where they go after these men that go after these young ladies, these teenagers, and it's a whole team that goes out over these. This is why it's so secretive. This is why there's code words, and this is why there's secret societies of these things where they keep these secret, and they're very protective of each other because they know that they're all twisted in the same way. So I believe the rich, not only the rich, because it doesn't always have to be rich. It could be any kind of vice that you're going through, right? If it's a secretive thing that's not acceptable by society, you don't necessarily have to be rich, right? It's just like the snuff films. People who like to go and look at that kind of crazy crap. They're all quiet, but yet they all share within their community how, where, what, who to go to. So a community of derelicts, a community of degenerates, of the crazies, of the serial killers, they're always going to protect one another. And these are people that live in the shadows.
47 pushes back hard on this stuff.
Of course, he's guilty. I just know I'm on somebody's list somewhere because I will not shut up. And I made it very clear on my page this week because I've been getting a lot of friend requests. And I've let people know, hey, LaLa is not for you if you don't want to hear the truth. I will continue to fight and speak out against this racist regime and this twisted regime and this MAGA cult. I will not accept that we are going to go down this way. I will go down yelling and screaming every single day for the truth and honesty of what things are. In my heart, I like to believe that people are good at heart, but what we're seeing that the evil that men do will take us all down. I refuse to be a part of it. I will always stand up and speak against it.
What are your thoughts about all the stuff that's going on with the 47 cabinet? Like, it sounds like Dean Bongino and Pam Bondi had a really crazy argument early this week, and it seems like of all things, the hardcore MAGA are upset at this more than anybody else because they want Epstein. They want this stuff revealed, opened up.
They promised it. That was one of their platforms. Remember, that was one of their major promises. Is that they would release that list. And see, now they're starting to get butthurt about all of this. And now they're eating one another because those who believed the lies or believed that they were going to get away with it are now speaking out. People are stepping down. People are calling for Bondi to be let go, resign, but evil always, they eat each other. That's the only way I can explain it because everybody wants to one up. Everybody thinks they're protected as long as they're underneath that master evil's skirt. So they fight to stay under the skirt of protection. Do you remember, this is one of the most powerful scenes I've ever remembered in my life. And as a child, I clearly knew what it was. It was, A Christmas Carol, and it was the animated version where he showed the children the want and the ignorant. And that's how I see everybody who wants the love of this idiot who is in the White House, who only works for power. No one is safe. No one is safe. Now they want people to call him daddy. Daddy's home. No, you ain't my daddy. You are not the daddy of our country. But in their eyes, they do want his approval. They want his approval so that they can stay in the places that they think they're safe. And what they will do is they will continue to fight and throw each other under the bus to try to protect their place under that skirt.
Enlightened Being says, we all know it's true. MAGA is completely twisted, and also says they are all twisted.
Yeah, there's something wrong with them. Just look at even how the women all look alike. They all go to the plastic surgeon to look alike. All of his women that he surrounds himself with are the blonde hair, the blue eyes. Who else do we know who did that? Right? That was a serious playbook for Hitler. And that is who he admires. We all know that. Just look at this parade that he wanted. It was really a flop. And he is angry over that because what in his mind is he deserves that. And he wants to be the Hitler in this time frame.
Mm. Oh boy. Do you see any resignations of the 47 cabinet over this?
No, he's always going to protect everyone who does his bidding, unless they actually deflect and step away from what he truly wants. Then they're safe. He'll keep them close. Because I mean, look at what he's doing with Musk. He's politely threatening him, and Musk actually knows better to go to a certain place or not. But I have a feeling that Musk is actually going to cross the line with this new party that he's putting together, which is a piece of shit. It's garbage. And I'm actually really shocked that Mark Cuban has stepped
Oh,
into that as well.
oh,
I'm disgusted with Mark Cuban over joining this, claiming that he wants to be this new party. And all the people who are joining under the party are also just as twisted in the head of Musk. And I don't think that we have completely seen the complete shakeout of what that's going to be. But as we've known, and we're not talking about something that we don't know about. Dr. Vibe, look at all the people who he got rid of in the first term that he was in, right? And they would go away mad. Oh, no, we're going to talk about him now. But now that he's back in, you've got, what's his name? Steve Bannon, who's back on the freaking bandwagon.
yeah. He was even criticizing, saying that this thing needed to be real. Like the hardcore MAGAs who are saying this is wrong. It's surprising, but you know what? Within a month or so, it'll all be past history.
Exactly. And that's where my problem is. Because just like O'Bannon said, and just like Aisha and I say every week, when you have 1,000 balls coming at you at one time, you can only catch one or two. The others are all going to zoom right past you and land exactly where they want them to land. This is their plan. It always has been. And if you don't believe us, go to there's a website, and you can even ask ChatGPT. Go and put in how much of the Project 2025 has been accomplished. It will tell you over 50%. We're not even 6-7 months into this
Regime.
sham.
The
Yeah.
more I know, the less I understand. And Light Being says, you hit that right on the head, LaLa. There you go.
I wish I didn't. I wish I was wrong. I really do. For
But
our country, I wish.
so this Epstein thing, uh, do you think more facts will come out in the future?
I do. And I also believe it's going to come from Musk.
Oh, the wild card.
He is the wild card because he's just that crazy. He's just as crazy as the orange one. He, if not more, because this ketamine thing. You don't. He is twisted. His thinking is twisted. And so if he feels like he can get a dig into this, and especially now starting this party, he's going to do that. Don't forget, he also had access to absolutely everything. He shredded absolutely everything with these young kids in our country. So if you don't think that he's come across some things that he hasn't shared yet, I got a bridge to sell you.
Ha! Oh my. Oh my. That you didn't go there, Lala. Did you go there?
I did. As a matter of fact, I have 2 or 3 of them because there's one in Portugal that looks just like that bridge over in San Francisco. Come on.
Golden Gate, Golden Gate, Golden Gate. All
Mhm.
right. I want to ask you, Lala, and also the audience. I'm going to put it up on screen here. Do you remember where you were when you first heard about the Epstein scandal, and how did it make you feel about the people involved?
You know, I cannot actually say that I remember where I heard it from. But the more and more I heard about it, the more and more it sickened me. Um, in fact, I get very emotional thinking about it. And so I have a hard time when it comes to talking about Epstein and what he has done on that island to women, and young women at that, underage, because it's really hard when you are a survivor yourself to talk about these things and not feel in your heart and in your whole soul the pain that these young ladies went through. It's not a club you want to be in. And to think about how you are being used just as an objective, just as someone's thrill. Your thoughts, your body, your mind, your dreams, your aspirations, your everything about you don't matter. You are only to be used and abused and then thrown away. So that to me, I don't even have a word for it. It's such a poisonous thing. And to me, I truly believe that there is a special place in hell for people who do this to others.
I don't think this story is not going to go away.
No.
It's not. But 47 is doing his best. Could this be another?
Right.
Well, hold on a second now. Could this be another situation where he beats the Teflon and nothing will stick onto him, but other people are going to suffer?
Oh, yes. And I do expect that to happen. Dr. Bob, this is not going to come out until 50 years later after this idiot is still burning in hell in the death spot. Like I always say, even the darkest demons in hell are looking down on where he's going to go. And we're not going to learn the truth until many, many years. I don't think you and I will be here.
You're really that feeling that we're never going to get the real truth?
No.
Do you think we'll even get it? Okay, so got a comment here. Dr. G. Landry says facts must come out, however they are redacting as much as they can. Very true. Very true. I think it was earlier on this year, was a Pam Bondi invited certain MAGA content creators or influencers, and she gave them this binder about the whole situation. And the sad thing, everything had been released already. They were just doing it for show. But she's in a little bit of hot water. Do you not think?
Oh, she's beyond in hot water. But Dr. Five, what part of this hasn't been a circus? What part of this whole thing hasn't been a circus? There's nothing new that is going on. This is what to be expected. I will probably pass out if he ever came out and told any kind of truth, because everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. And those of us who know, and those of them who want to still be in his cult will always fight. It never ceases to amaze me how these videos come out. Sometimes there's some really smart young creators nowadays that go out and they interview these MAGA people and they pretend like, Biden said this and, oh, he just makes me sick and he just is horrible and he's going to, oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Actually, it was Trump who said it. Well, now, he didn't really. This is the mentality that we are looking at. It's not going to change. And unfortunately, unless it literally touches them in a deep and personal way, something that he has done, whether a parent loses their Medicaid, whether their children no longer can get SNAP, because don't you know that it's white folk that get the most benefits from these things, right? So unless it really starts touching them in a personal way in their daily life, we're not going to see a change.
Hmm. Hmm. Wow. So if you're watching live or even on the replay, are we going to find out more facts about this? Will they come out in the future? And then how does a scandal like this impact what you think about politicians, Lala?
I don't trust any of them. I truly still believe, Dr. Vibe, that we must start all over. How do we do that? I really wish I knew. I don't know. I don't see how that could possibly happen because someone has to run the country. And you're always going to have a division on who, even if it's an interim, who's going to run it. You're always going to have a fight. But I truly, in my heart of hearts, believes that this system has always been broken. It was never built on a solid foundation. But we are at a point now where we must get them all out. And I hate to say that. I would love to keep Jasmine Crockett and it used to be, I would say there was a couple of Republicans that I had respect for, which I no longer have respect for. I've never been a straight down the party girl. I never have. But I'm at the point now where I don't trust any of them. There's only a few that I will follow that I feel like they have the goodness of our at the heart of our country, but they are being so beat down that I do not understand. I don't see how they'll have enough energy. You see, it takes a very special person to take death threats and worry about who is coming after you just for telling the truth and trying to expose things when there's so much evil around them. How do you expect just a few people to do all of the hard work when we all should be doing it?
Yep. This is going to be a long, long road. Really, 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 really. Then I would ask, should we hold our politicians and celebrities to higher standards?
Yes. You asked for this job. We voted you in. So we should hold you to higher standards. I don't want to hear that, oh, they're just human. No, our country deserves better than that. Our country deserves people who respect and understand our Constitution and have at least read it, maybe. Yeah, and maybe understand it. And most of them can't even tell you what the Constitution says. So I do hold them to a higher regard, and how I hold them in a higher light, meaning you need to be a lot more smarter than I am sometimes on how to run this country. But they must also have a compassion to be willing to work with one another for the best solution for all Americans. Bipartisan is really a beautiful thing.
Don't know if I'm with that one because United States seems just so fractured.
But Dr. Vibe, when have we ever been right? We haven't. There's always been secret agendas. They built this country. Now, listen, I know Europeans got all these how they built on wars. My God, if you could live 5,000 lives and not know all the wars that the Europeans have done. I mean, the Moors and the Crusades but America was supposed to be different, and immediately they turned into the exact same thing on just a different continent. They built on other people's suffering. They built on those who were already here, and now they no longer mattered. They stole from the Native Americans. They took and put them in camps. They push them off any way that they could in the name of just being white. Nothing built on hatred and abuse will ever stand for long. And you have to understand, we are only 250 years old.
Yep.
We are still babies.
Yep. Compared to a lot of countries in Europe, big time.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. Big time. Big time. If got a good question for you on this one too. Let me say, if you could ask 47 or anyone connected to Epstein one question, what would it be?
How dare you? What makes you think that you are so much better than anyone else that you are allowed to put someone else in such an atrocious position?
That's good. That's good. That's good. Well, and what does, well, you know what? We'll hold off because we have another conversation coming up about domestic violence and that coming up. Do you see any people in, so you already said earlier that you don't think anyone's going to resign over this?
I don't feel so. At first, actually, earlier today, I thought to myself, I don't know if Bondi can take this. I don't know if she's strong enough to take this.
But 47 seems to be backing her, though.
True. But I don't know, for some reason, I just got this feeling, and I can't explain it, that Bondi just may not be able to take this psychologically, because they're going to continue to come at her.
Well, not only externally, like the MAGA pundits, but also internally, like this thing about Bandino, this is serious.
Baby, they fighting each other in the house. It's the craziest thing. I have never, what is this, a gonna have a 3-ring circus someday? Exactly. They done unleashed the lions. They fighting against each other. The tigers, the lions, the tigers, and bears, oh my.
The lions, the tigers, the bears. Like it, and it just like it almost seems like self-destruction. And there's 47 just staying above it all.
Yes, because he is the puppet master. But I don't. I'm going to correct myself in that.
Okay.
He may be the ringmaster.
Oh.
But he also is being pulled by puppet strings by the people who are the creators of Project 2025. Those who put him in office, those who put Vance in office. Right now, they're getting their agenda all laid out and completed. And when they no longer need him, he will no longer be relevant. They'll put another ringmaster in while they pull the strings in the background.
Are you talking about 47?
47 is he's just a ringmaster. When they get finished when they're done with him, when Project 2025 creators are done with him, he will no longer be relevant. Wow. They will not allow him to stay.
Wow. You're going there.
I am.
Wow. Oh boy. That's an interesting take. That's an interesting take.
He's a pawn because they know that he's a good showman.
Transactional.
Exactly. And they picked him for a reason. They like idiots who like power when they think they have the power. But honestly, he doesn't really have the power, Dr. Vibe. He's allowed to think that he does. It's never been him who has the complete power. He's just doing exactly what they want him to do. They are the wizard behind the curtain.
How long do you give Bondi to last?
To the end of the year, maybe. I think we're going to see a lot of people till the end of the year. Some of them are just not going to be able to keep up with this emotionally. Because as you say that, 47 is backing her, but for how long, Dr. Vibe?
He is, as I said a few moments ago, he's very transactional. When he's
Exactly.
when he's
So
done with you, he's done with you.
when he's done with you, he's done with you. And he's done with Musk. Okay.
Oh gosh. Well, what now? Okay. There now. You're saying Musk may go more onto this because you think Musk will really go in on this.
I do. 47 is still talking about getting rid of him, meaning, he's talking about deporting him. See, he doesn't throw that stuff out there unless he's already making plans. He's probably got paperwork already going. He's probably got people already on the job of deporting Musk. Musk no longer is useful to him. He's proven to be a bad seed. As long as he got what he want out of him, his money and whatever. So don't you dare forget when they were sitting in the office and he was like, "I'm president, not you."
Mm.
And he made it very, very clear, like, "I don't need you." In several different big high stakes advertising people all over the place, all the cameras there, telling Musk, "We don't really need you here, but it's okay for you to be here as long as I say so." See, that's a power move. That's dominance. And Musk is used to being dominant and coming in and running trains all over people and their jobs and pretending like that he's come up with things. He's never come up with things. He just has bought into things. And with that, he thinks he's ruler over the world. So you have two people of the same type of caliber who are not going to be able to be in the same world together. That doesn't work. Somebody's got to be the big dog. And Trump is in the position to be the big dog.
But isn't it ironic again? Bengino, Cash Patel, when they were in their podcast days, all saying this conspiracy, and now they're on the other side. And
What I tell you, they're underneath his skirt. They are want and ignorance. How relevant, Dr. Vibe? How relevant is that story from Christmas in this situation? Want and ignorance.
love that. I think that's a good way to end off the segment. Want and ignorance, not only in regards to what's going on now, but some of the alleged acts. Actually, what's the guy? Is it Michael Wolff? Have you ever heard him before? He wrote a book on 47.
I don't know. It's been so many who's wrote a book, but
No,
guess what?
but he said, and I'll send you some links on the back channel. But he's interviewed, and he actually said that one of the people that visited Epstein's place was the Dalai Lama.
Oh, yes, there are many people on that list that we're going to be shocked at.
You mean
It's
the
no
one that
different than when
there's
people
no
were
list,
saying,
but there's no list.
the hell? It's the list. And I would, if I didn't give a damn about this woman, I'm surprised they haven't offed her.
Wow.
There's a reason. She's wanted around for something.
True. We got a comment here. Dr. Landry says he is not the puppet master. There are 7 pulling the strings. The head of that snake has to be taken off along with the ones under. And then Enlightened Being says, every day I cringe to wake up to the news of America.
Yeah, I do too.
But yeah, I love that. What was that say? Want and
ignorance.
Want and ignorance. Wonderful way of ending off this segment. All right. Next up, the deadly Texas floods. Oh boy. So see, now if you're just listening to this, it's one thing, but when you watch it, Lala's face, you I would love to see pictures of you when you were a little picnic, as we say, little picnic with your face, your facial expressions.
My face tells it all. I cannot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Even when I'm trying to play poker, I'm not a good poker player, so don't
no,
ever ask me to play.
no. Where do you want to start on this one? Because there's so much stuff on this.
First, I want to start with the people.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to express condolences for those who have lost family members. The loss of human life is never a good thing. It's never a good thing. It's nothing to celebrate. It's nothing to start fighting over. You. The loss of people, the loss of humanity, the loss of daughters and sons. And no, it's never good. I just absolutely hate that it happened in this way. Now, number one, this county that this happened in was adamant. There is video of many people who came to this, I guess it's a town hall meeting, and they spoke out. We don't want Biden's dirty money. If we take Biden's money about, protecting this area, we'll take care of our own. We don't want this so dirty, nasty money. And now they're screaming and hollering that why weren't they taken care of? They refused and rejected this money to protect them. Okay. 2, we definitely know that there's no thing called dropping the ball. They just didn't give a shit. Those in the position of taking care of these people and calling for help and doing what they need to do in our government totally ignored this at all cost. What's her name? I can't ever think. Because they all just get on my nerves. What's her name? Nomi, whatever her name is.
Kristi Noem.
Kristi Noem. She was so busy asking people, what pictures should I take on the horse?
That.
She did not have time to worry about the loss of human life. Abbott, Governor Abbott also was extremely adamant about not taking money from the Biden administration when it came to disasters. He rejected it every time to the detriment of his own people. He also tried to twist it in a press conference when people ask him, where reporters ask him, whose fault is it? Now, listen, y'all are all asking. That is an asinine question. That you always want to talk about whose fault is it? It's yours. You failed your people. And now they don't want to take responsibility for it. But who do we see them actually modeling themselves after, Dr. Vibe? It's always ignore and reject and put the blame on someone else. So I find it very hypocritical that you want to not accept the money from Biden when he was trying to give you money to take care of your area and all these weather things that y'all keep pulling back. Well, we can't even inform you now that something's coming because this administration has taken it all.
Yeah.
For you to turn around and now say it's Biden's fault. Everything is Biden and Obama's fault. When the proof is there. What did I say? There's always going to be 1,000 balls being thrown at you. You only can catch 3 if you're lucky. The rest of them land exactly where they are. And Trump is putting blame on everyone else except for himself when he knows that his whole administration is at fault for this. And Abbott is just as guilty. And the people who rejected the help that they needed as American citizens, they have blood on their hands. And let me tell you something else. The very people that they called immigrants and all they're criminals and came and sent help. 2 young Hispanic ladies saved over 20 people because they dived in to help save those kids in that camp and did. The Mexican government sent in people to help. And once again, as soon as they get the help, what's going to happen? They better get back across that border.
We'll get to that part later. 100%.
Yep.
So something I just I read before we went live today, a story from a headline from the New York Times. FEMA didn't answer thousands of calls from flood survivors, documents show. 2 days after deadly Texas floods, the agency struggled to answer calls from survivors because the call center contracts weren't extended.
Yeah. I mean, look at
Wow.
what they're doing. I mean, Dr. Vibe, all of this gutting, all of this claiming that you're saving money is actually killing people. It's actually, people are dying over every decision that they have made and everything that they have gutted. People's lives have been devastated, all because of greed and corruption. And where's this money going, Dr. Vibe? Where's it going, love? If we're being saved money, where is the money? Where is it? Now, we know from the many failed businesses of this orange one, the orange evil demon, it always goes in his pocket somehow. And we're going to learn how that's going to happen as well.
I'm Christy Nome puzzles me. I really,
Why?
because no, in the fact that what qualifications did she have to do this, and this fun, and there's still at least they said at least 100 people still missing.
Yes. Nobody's talking about that. Dr. Vibe, when your whole life is about power, it doesn't matter about other people. And that's in every industry. It's not just in our politics. We see it in music. We see it in movies. We see it in everyday businesses. We see it in corporations. When your ultimate goal is to be above others only for power, nothing else makes sense because no one else matters. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter where you came from. If I can't have the power that I need and want, to hell with you. And that's your explanation about her.
Well, it reminds me of an album title by a group called New Order.
You think?
Would you know the title of the album?
I don't know the title, but I know that I know there's plenty of truths in all the songs. People talk about it every day.
Power, Corruption, and Lies.
Yeah, well, jump on board, baby. Always been that way.
Jump on board, baby.
That's exactly what it's always been. Dr. Bob, when has it been a time that it hasn't been?
Well, yeah.
It's just more talked about.
Well,
I
would push back. I think it's more talked about, but there's more things that are not being talked about even more.
Exactly. This is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. This level of evil is not even new under the sun. It's patterned off of something that they admire and they learn and they want. So, I posted something this week and it's so true. It hit me to my heart. It wasn't my words. It was someone else's words. And it said, every day I am learning more and more about who would have hidden Anne Frank in their attic and who would have turned her in. And I'm not liking it.
Is this another situation? We'll never know the truth.
Yep. You and I are going to see this for another 50 years. Not to the full extent. Little things may be leaked, but see, that's the part of the conspiracy. When things are not given in whole, people don't swallow it well. They always can label it as conspiracy or lies. But even when the truth of the truth is presented to them and shown with facts, you still see it ain't no different than Manson and his cult. It ain't no different than Jim Jones and his cult.
Ouch.
It ain't no different. I'm telling the truth.
What was the song I was singing before we came on?
I don't remember.
No.
I'm sorry. I have menopause brain,
No, it's
Dr.
okay,
Vibe. I have
okay.
menopause brain.
Okay, all right, all right. We're talking about they are
Oh, the
told.
cult of personality. Yes. See,
That's
you
what I,
gotta jog my, you gotta
that's
jog my
okay.
memory a little bit.
It's okay, but that song I think is
Yeah,
very apropos.
yeah, very much so.
The cult of personality, because the cult thing, and I'm very interested to see the people who are impacted by this flood. What are their thoughts of 47?
Oh, we've already started seeing them.
Oh,
We've already started seeing some of them coming out like, where's our help? They're crying for the help. But see, because they are now, and because that's a red state, and this is not on our agenda, but it needs to be talked about, the wildfires in California are still being ignored, but now Trump is gone down there to save face because see, he still has unleashed war on California.
yes.
The material, the Marines are there.
Was it
ICE
you that
is
shared
there.
that story? You shared that story on our Discord. Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we will talk about that because it ties into another story that we
Yeah.
talked about.
All right. Just to catch up on some comments. Who's in the house? Dr. G. Landry. So I got sorry to delay. Musk wants to really open up on how he had his hand in rigging the machines for the election. He is waiting for the right time. Yeah, that story hasn't gone away either. Enlightened Being says, Dr. G, you are so right. It's going to come out. Who's in the building? Dr. Tachi. Good evening, all. And Dr. G Landry, yes, Texas floods. Dr. G Landry says, 47 golfing while people dying. How cruel.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Landry, he's got his golf course down in San Pedro. He's down there all the time.
Well, hey, he's got to make sure he gets his golf in. Come on
Well,
now.
that's where I live. When I'm in Cali, that's where I am.
Enlightened Being says, this will be truths told after we are all gone from this plane.
Mm-hmm.
100%. 100%. 100%. All right, let's go next to. Oh boy. It's been 2 weeks since me on, and this verdict came down. And actually, I watched a very interesting segment of Dateline, not last night, where they paid attention. And they actually interviewed a lady that was his personal Sean Diddy Combs we're talking about. So for many years and had a lot of insight on this. Thoughts?
The government dropped the ball. The government did not bring their A game. I knew that when they arrested him and said they were going to bring a case against him. They did not come with their A game. They did not prove their case. I followed the case very closely. I watched the case very closely, and they did not present the case where these women had a stronghold. Now, I will actually say that unfortunately, the defense team was very well prepared on how they talked to Cassie and talked about Jane and talked to the and pulled out pieces of the things that would stick in the jury's minds. They made it seem like Cassie was on board with all of this. They made it seem like Jane was on board with all this.
Yeah.
But how can you not, though, Dr. Vibe, people don't understand the mentality of victims. When they are in love with someone so much, they're willing to do anything to keep that person in their lives. These women were pretty much brainwashed. I know they were. And so it's not a fact of this people saying, get out. It's not that easy. But I will say that I was extremely disappointed in the way Jane handled herself in this case. How dare you come and then even say that this man is still paying
I heard
your
that's why.
rent.
Yeah, when I heard that, that destroyed her credibility right there, didn't it?
It completely destroyed her credibility. And she was making good money with OnlyFans. I don't fault nobody for what they're doing. If she had a successful OnlyFans, tain't none of my business. That's her business. All right. But when it comes to Cassie, we all see how that panned out. She was abused. People are, when you are abused, when you have been beaten down, it takes everything in your spirit to even walk away. So how dare people say, well, she wanted a Fendi purse? You. We all have wants and needs. Yes, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with her wanting anything. What's wrong is how she's treated and what she had to go through to even say that. Listen, I want another Beetle. I love my Beetle. I ain't a fancy girl, y'all. I ain't a fancy girl. I ain't a Fendi shoe. I ain't none of that stuff. But, are you going to blame me because of something that I want if I stayed in an abusive relationship and still express some things that I wanted in my life and in my career? This is what bothers me. Women are never believed. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, I found it quite interesting that after the trial verdict, there were women out there with baby oil. I just went, really?
Oh, it sickened my heart.
I just went, and many of them are bar people. like, really? Really? Like, I said, I didn't put my head a lot in the case. I watched what Dateline did it night. They interviewed, it was some girls. It was at Cleveland, who was a personal assistant of his for many years. And even her, either she quit or he let her go. She came back and worked for him.
Exactly. So this case was weak from the very beginning. You have people that weren't solid in their stories, and the here's the thing. Here it is. Here's the answer. People want perfect victims. A victim must be perfect in all ways to be justified to get any kind of justice.
Okay, so here's my question back. Okay, come back on that point. Just hold that response a second. Dr. Taji says the verdict was written in the cards from the beginning. All we have to do is look at other similar cases and how these perpetrators go scot-free or get slaps on the wrist. This is no different.
Amen.
So the witnesses have to be perfect in cases like this, but the perpetrators aren't?
Exactly. It's a man's world. It's a powerful man's world. And Diddy is a powerful man. This is nothing new, y'all. He's been doing this for years. He was doing it at Howard University. Oh, LaLa, you let something spill. Go look it up. It's been buried, but go look it up.
Here's a question, and then another question that I have conversations I have for you. I'm hearing some rumblings that 47 may pardon him.
Are you surprised? No, he's been to his parties. Listen, it ain't no different than the Epstein thing, Dr. Vine.
That's what I'm saying.
Perpetrators who do the same thing, the sickos that do the same thing, stay and protect one another. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. I'm sickened and sick to my heart that it happened this way. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not surprised. This is why the verdict didn't surprise me. They didn't have the case. I listened to that case every day. Right. Okay, I listened and read transcripts and everything that I looked at. I was like, you don't have a case. You don't have a case. You just wasted people's time.
Where did the prosecution go wrong?
They didn't have a strong enough case. First of all, the witness, they could not even get the solidness out of questioning and doing their part for the people who were there to testify. They should have known the weaknesses that Jane and Cassie had. They should have known that, everybody that they put on the stand, they should have been prepared with that. They were not. They just weren't. Where was the proof for the RICO? Now, you might have got the prostitution, crossing lines. Yeah, people was crossing lines, but who? The rich are always crossing lines. Epstein had a whole island.
All right.
So, woohoo.
I'm going to put it on the screen, and people, please, if you can, respond in the comments section. Here's a question.
State.
It's state. Okay. So it's a state. But another thing I want to put up, let me just do this here quickly. Would love people to respond in the comments section in real time to this question. So how do you all feel about the verdict in Diddy's case? You've heard what Lala's had to say. What do you think? Would love you to type out an answer in the chat. That would be great to hear what you have to say. And Dr. Tati had asked, are the charges he has been convicted of state or federal? Lala has responded to that saying it's state.
It's state. And so therefore he can't really pardon him for that. It's a state charge. It has to be federal.
Yeah, but 47.
I don't, you know what? Please, Dr. Bob, I can't. No more. My heart can't.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
At some point, I'm like, Jesus Christ, can I just get one little section? But I do want to reference what I was talking about, because I don't believe in just throwing things out there, y'all. Y'all know me. I like to have proof of what I say. So if you don't believe me about how far this has gone back with Sean Combs, okay, then I want you to go and look up a story that Rolling Stone put out, where they did come out where it and told the story of what he did to a girlfriend at Howard University. It's called Sean Combs' Violence Against Women Goes Back to College, Classmates Say, and it's exclusive with the Rolling Stone. It was put out on May 29th, 2024.
Here's something ironic, that maybe you know this or not. Guess what other accused person was being tried in the same geographic area when this trial was going? Accused sexual predator. Very big in the entertainment business back in the day.
Another singer, artist?
Not an artist. This is not an artist, but a gentleman who was involved in entertainment. Probably one of the people that really was one of the targets of the Me Too movement.
Weinstein?
Yes.
Same time?
Yes.
What is going on with that? You see, smoke and mirrors, Dr. Vibe. Smoke and mirrors.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I learned that through the coverage last on Dateline. And I don't know if anyone has Peacock. I'm sure they'll probably rebroadcast it, or they eventually rebroadcast it. Very interesting conversations last night. They actually interviewed a gentleman who was a dancer, and he got hired by Cassie. And I don't know what's by Cassie. It was hired by P. Diddy to have sex with Cassie, and P. Diddy was watching.
Well, yeah, that's his whole thing. That's his thing. He likes to sit in the corner and watch.
Dr. Chai says Puffy has always been despicable in his actions. This is known in circles around New York.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I'd say a known commodity. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up, LaLa Brothers. HUD will share data with Homeland Security to target immigrants without legal status. So for people who don't know, LaLa has been a realtor for many years, so this is up her alley. So LaLa, lean in on
since 2006. Since 2006, I've been in real estate. And this is extremely concerning, but not surprising because of this administration. They are just bound and determined to get anybody and everybody out of the country that they don't desire or consider desirable. But what they are doing is targeting families that are living in the HUD subsidies or are renting. Using the Section 8 or low housing. And how will they target them? Well, here's how they can do so. When there is an anchor baby or an American in that house that needs help, and someone comes over that is trying to get a visa or is there illegally, they, of course, cannot tap into the Section 8 money. But you have to list everyone that lives in that home. Now, I know there are many people that don't necessarily do that, but they are also sending people to these homes to make sure that only certain people are living in these homes according to the paperwork. So this is one way that they are targeting them. When there's more people in there and some who shouldn't be living in that household, then they will turn them into ICE. They have agreed to completely turn over any type of information they have about these, what we call mixed status families, to ICE. And they will direct ICE. Well, you know what ICE does? It's what they do best, right? They go straight to the apartment and they will arrest them and deport them. And so this government is working hand in hand under all umbrella pieces to work together to do the bidding of getting rid of any type of immigrant or anyone who even has a visa. And that is brown and black and anything other than lily white.
What impact is all this stuff having on the housing market? I have some thoughts, but I know that this is your jam. So what impact are all these actions having on the housing market?
It's slow. People are afraid to buy right now because many people have lost their jobs. They don't, and if they work for the government or have any kind of contract that works with the government or any kind of product that the government needs, they are losing their jobs left and right. So many people are actually afraid to buy homes because they don't know exactly what's coming, especially if they're not even sure they want to continue to be in America themselves. When you have an idiot, as we do in the White House, saying things like he is going to make sure that he deports Rosie O'Donnell, who is a
Yes,
full-fledged,
I heard about that.
American, then you don't think that that's going to be a trickle effect where people are actually afraid. So the housing market right now has slowed down in America. Now, not to the point where things are usually staying on the market for 6 months. We're not seeing what we saw in 2008. Okay. We're not seeing that yet. We haven't seen crashes yet. Things are moving, but it is also taking a longer time for people to sell their homes. Whereas it used to take maybe a month, top 60 days, it's taking longer now for that. And places like California, people are leaving because, first of all, there's more. You got the weather thing down there. You've got the high taxes. You've got the high insurance. You've got all that stuff where they can't even get insurance. And then people losing their jobs and just the workforce period. So you have the economy going so bad.
All right, I want to just interrupt. There's some comments coming here. Dr. Chai says, I've never seen a group of people so intent on going to blank.
I fully endorse that message.
And Rosie O'Donnell could care less, Dr. Tachi says. Dr. Landry says, Dr. Tachi, they're all going to sooner or later. And Dr. Tachi says, Dr. Landry, she says, indeed.
Indeed.
Interesting. Interesting. All right.
But I have to say one more thing on this topic because it's very, very interesting. There are many other countries because of what's going on in America. They're either embracing expatism, and y'all, come on, let's not just think that it's all America's that are America's expat. We are a very small number of that expat community. But because of what's going on in America, some of the countries are embracing people and telling them, "Come on, we got some villages that we need to rehash and rebuild. Come on, like Italy is one of them. Come on, we got some houses for you, you know." And there's a lot of things that you have to jump through, but it's a really real thing. It's a really real thing. I can speak for Portugal right now. The market in Portugal has slowed down quite a bit because they also are going through the same type of thing that America is going through. There is a party called the Shinga party, that is to me equivalent to MAGA.
Right.
And so they are against any kind of immigration at all. So
But
much so that the Shinga party leader released names of children who go to school here, and he was shunned for it. So because of the American market, don't think the American market is only the American market. It is also affecting other countries. So it just depends on what country you would like to go to and what their stance is about having more immigrants come. Don't forget, as much as immigrants are talked about in America, if you go to another country, you're gonna be an immigrant too.
I want to ask the impact that this is having. A number of immigrants work on the construction building end.
Oh, baby,
Oh,
them is
so
empty.
no, so I wanted to get your lens on that.
It's crazy. Dr. Vibe, there are whole sites of homes that are supposed to be built, especially in Florida. You know, I'm Florida, California, Kentucky. I'm always there. Those are my three, right? There, and of course, you think of California and Florida, both of them, mostly where there are Hispanics that run these markets of construction and agriculture. The fields and the buildings are empty. There are whole neighborhoods that are being built that are no longer being built. They're just abandoned
Wow.
because they're not there to work. And Americans don't work that way. Let me tell you, these Hispanics work so hard in the hot sun. They know how to work hard, they know how to play hard. Okay? But when you're threatening and chasing them down in the fields and throwing them on their faces and slamming them in detention centers, and we don't know what happens to them, you think they're going to come and risk coming to these jobs? No, sir. No, sir. And now Florida's even made it illegal, and they're cracking down on if you have a Florida car with plates, but your license is not Florida. Oh, you're getting arrested.
Dr. Tachi says Portugal should have thought about that before they inserted themselves in Africa and South America. Europe in general should have nothing to say about immigration when they force, quote, emigrated, unquote. And then another facial. Well, it's got to do the screenshots of little Lala's face at times. Dr. Tachi says, they're building a house next to me, which appears to be done, but I don't think it's all the way finished. You know who was working on it, right?
Yeah. And now, hold on. We can't move on without touching on this point. And now we got alligator Alcatraz.
Oh my God.
Right? All right. And not only that, now 47 is saying that the people that we detain will now be forced to work for the farms and the construction because now it's cool to have slavery again. They'll be back, Dr. Tachi. The house will be finished next week for free labor. Free.
We talked about this a few weeks ago, right? The alligator. Yeah, we did. I think we did.
We did, but it's worse than you could possibly imagine.
And I think they're building another one.
Baby, they're already building. And it ain't just Florida. Did you not hear about South Carolina? South Carolina? That heifer came out talking about, hey, swamps, come on. We want to talk to y'all about doing that here.
Wow. Wow.
Before this is done, I would like to see every last one of them who is doing these atrocities to people to be put in the exact place that they want other people to be in. What's good for the goose, baby, is good for the gander.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm.
Jail would be too good for them.
Last conversation is today, and this one, I saw this conversation. White House borders suggests ICE can detain people based on, quote, physical appearance, unquote. Really?
And so here is exactly where the proof of that pudding is. In Orange County, there was an attorney who was actually walking home from a funeral. She's not Hispanic. She even decided, this is her description of herself. I'm just a brown-haired, brown-eyed, regular girl. That's how she explained who she is herself. She was walking home from a funeral. They actually had an ICE raid. They attacked her, threw her to the ground, detained her for no reason. And for days, she was detained before they even bothered to let her go. And so now she is telling the story of that. And so it does not matter who you are, what you are. And this is another reason why he's leaked himself into, we can deport Rosie, right? You see what they do, right? You see the pattern? Does anybody see the pattern? He throws it out as a joke, right? When it's not a joke, he really means it. And then the next thing you know, it happens, right? So this is proving, if this Orange County, once again, they're trying to make an example out of California. This Orange County attorney is coming out and telling people the truth. That her name is Heidi Plummer. She was handcuffed and taken to an ICE processing center during the weekend in Santa Ana. Despite her U.S. citizenship and public legal role, there was no warning, there was no rhyme, there was no reason. And so they don't need one anymore. And with the courts claiming that he can pretty much do any damn thing he wants to, there is no way to fight this. Now, I did learn some very interesting things about, sometimes I get so caught up in what this dumb ass Supreme Court is doing, because you got that wild card, Amy, who drives me up a wall. But what they did, as angry as we are as what they did about, everything here, they still left some things open where the lower courts can still fight what Trump is doing. And there is a case now where there is a lower federal court who has gone against Trump and is saying that anchor babies are allowed to stay and they will not be deported. And so we're seeing that come out. That just happened this week as well. And I think that's in some place like Maine.
I heard there was a court case where a lower court pushed back against what 47 was trying to do. I'm going to actually, for people we have it up on the screen, I'm going to read a bit of this story. White House borders suggests ICE can detain people based on, quote, physical appearance, unquote. Tom Homan's comments about ICE agents being able to detain people based on, quote, their physical appearance, unquote, will likely make racial profiling concerns worse. Nearly 6 months into his tenure as the White House's, quote, borders unquote, Tom Homan has made a great many controversial public comments about everything from due process to prosecuting news organizations to his curious focus on Democratic Republican Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York. But we're often reminded that his rhetorical record is still growing. In his latest Fox appearance, Homan said, quote, Look, people need to understand ICE officers and Border Patrol don't need probable cause to walk up to somebody, briefly detain them, and question them. They just need totality of circumstances, right?
What
They,
did I just
they
say?
they just go through the observation, get our typical facts based on the location, the occupation, and their physical appearance, their actions. So basically, what from my question then is, they can do this to anybody.
And that's their point. If they don't like you, if you have said something that they feel goes against their regime,
You're
you
gone.
will be punished. You're gone. You're going to disappear.
Well, is that sort of similar to what 47 said about Rosie O'Donnell? I
Well,
don't
there you
I don't
go.
like her. You're not coming
That's
back
the
in the country.
pattern.
This is
Pattern.
now this is an interesting thought process that one could say, and I know that you and Aisha had been saying this for a while, and other platforms saying, a number of Americans saying, "Oh, they're only coming for the Hispanic Americans or Hispanic people coming." They're coming. It looks like they're coming for everybody.
Maybe what's the old saying? First they came for the brown people, then they came for the Jews, then they came for tomorrow it's you. It doesn't matter what you are. If you do not bow and kiss the ring, you're out of here.
Like that one.
I suggest you educate yourself. Aisha and I kept trying to tell you. We've been telling you from day one. We went through Project 2025 line by line. Y'all thought we was joking. We had people come up on here telling us we was crazy.
Mm.
Y'all better stop this madness. If you cannot see this in front of you, then you deserve to get what you get.
So just reading on the story, NBC News reported earlier this year about concerns related to racial profiling as part of the 47's administration immigration raids, and hearing the White House border czar talk about ICE agents being able to detain people based on, quote, their physical appearance, unquote, will likely make those concerns worse. What's more, Homan's on-air comments sparked a quick pushback from Capitol Hill Representative Daniel Goldman, said via Blue Sky, and that the border czar's assessment was, quote, patently false, unquote. The New York Democrat added, quote, DHS has the authority to question and search people coming into the country at points of entry, but ICE may not detain and question anyone without reasonable suspicion, and certainly not based on their physical appearance alone. The lawlessness must stop, unquote. Complicating matters, this was not Homan's only notable quote for the last 24 hours. And this article was written back on, well, actually, it was written yesterday. So in the last 24 hours, he also spoke with Politico and talked up the idea of reaching new agreements on third-party deportations. Quote, when you've got countries that won't take their nationals back and they can't stay here, we find another country willing to accept them, unquote, Holman said. As part of the same interview, Politico noted the recent Supreme Court ruling that cleared the way for 8 men to be deported to South Sudan. The border czar said he was unsure of the status of the 8 men or whether they are detained there, saying that they are no longer in U.S. custody. Quote, they're living in Sudan, and will they stay in Sudan? I don't know, unquote, he said. Quote, we will sign these agreements with all these countries. We make arrangements to make sure these countries are receiving these people and there are opportunities for these people. But I can't tell you if we will remove somebody to Sudan. They can stay there a week and leave. I don't know, unquote. Wow. I have a question for you. Whatever happened? Okay, no, actually, there's a comment here. Just want to see. The Walamala, good to see you. She says, U.S. senators were for ICE until they got detained. Absolutely. And Dr. Chachi says, exactly. And actually, I saw a recent poll. It seems that more and more Americans are in favor now of due process for illegal.
Oh, gee. When it hits you, what did I say? It's no different than when MAGA gets hit with the same shit that they've been calling for, that think that's justice until it hits them. Until it touches your life, it's someone else's problem. But what you don't realize is we're all connected. Just as, how long is it going to take, Dr. Vibe, for people to realize that someone don't like you? You ain't liked by everybody. So as soon as someone feels like that they can get any kind of justice by calling a hotline, because we know that this happens all the time, swatting and stuff like that happens all the time. And now they're paying people, call this line if you don't feel this person deserves to be in America. Call this line if you have questions about the origins of these people. So you have people who have so much hatred or is jealous of other people or just want you gone that you don't put it above them to call and say, I don't think this person's legal. I think this person passing. Do you see how easy this is? Do you see how detrimental and how devastating this is to our country? There's no laughing matter about this. We are in danger. And Black and brown people especially, you're the first targets.
Oh boy.
This ain't new, Dr. Vibe. They've been feeding our babies to alligators for years. They tried to hide it.
Dr. Tati says, now you want due process. Get out of here. And Dr. G. Landry says, no more due process. Oh, jeez. I'm just going, just on physical appearance, you can be arrested. Wow.
I mean, y'all, if y'all don't believe me, go look up Heidi. Go look up Heidi. She looks like her everyday Heidi M. Plumer. And her words was, I was handcuffed. I was put in a vehicle with several other females. They separated the children from their families. The men were put in a separate vehicle, and we were essentially all taken down to the ICE station in Santa Ana. We were put in a room, and I just kept telling the other women, don't answer questions. You have rights. Ask for an attorney. The agents asked for my identification, and I gave it to them. I was in a detention room for about an hour before they let me go. But she said it was the most bizarre thing in the world. The fear in that room. I did not know what was going to happen to me. Where's people talking about that? That story will be buried tomorrow, won't it? They'll be talking about something else.
Well,
this lady's a full-fledged American. She's like, I'm as white as it comes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Ooh, I might have to go back outside and blow bubbles.
All right. So I think that is it for today's. I think Will's going to probably shut you down in a few moments. Yes, I can tell he's going to shut you down. All right. Before we call it a conversation, got to do something real quick. If you are watching live on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube page, we want to do a quick little poll. What did you think about today's conversation? So you can vote from 1 to 5. 1 meaning it was terrible. 5 was it was out of bounds. Okay, we're just getting your votes in, please, if you can vote. Real Django says all these racist, ignorant 47 supporters think that they're exempt from 47 crap that he's been spreading about Black and brown people. Black and brown people are susceptible of his crap as well.
What did I say? Want ignorance.
Wow. Want and ignorance. And look at the audience. 100%. LaLa.
We handled it, didn't we?
No, you handled it. I just steered the ship. You drove the ship. And for people who are not seeing Aisha's not doing well health-wise. So if you can, please say a prayer if that is up to you for her health. It'd be appreciated. But yeah, if anyone else on the YouTube page, and here we got a bunch of people coming in near the end of the conversation. You're gonna have to rewind. But thank you for all the people that vote. The poll is still open until we finish. So if you want to chime in and give a rating on today's conversation, that'd be great. For those who voted already, that is absolutely fantastic. Actually, want to say fantastic. You know what I watched some of this week? I watched some great documentaries on Elton John's early days.
Oh,
Some
wow.
really, really, really good stuff.
Well, you know what Will and I are watching right now, and I watched another great documentary today too. Um, we are getting ready to watch part 2 of the Pee Wee Herman story, and it is absolutely fabulous
Interesting.
on Max. Mm-hmm. Good,
Interesting.
good, good, good. And y'all, woo! Lala got to see Sinners for the first time last weekend.
Oh,
Lala go watch again. She loved that movie. Woo! I love
okay.
it.
So sinners. Okay, some more comments here. The real Django says, "Oh man, praying for Aisha. I will make sure that she gets that message." My co-host on the Morning Vibe says, "If there is no list, then Ms. Maxwell has the worst lawyer in history."
You got that right. You right, Ryan.
Wow. 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 Let's just see if any more people have voted. Okay, it's all 100%. So that's wonderful. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to do a few things. So we're going to shut this down. And then, of course, we have to do this. Put Lala on the main screen. Lala, how can people get you?
To laugh because you said my husband was gonna get me, and now I just got a text.
Thank you.
Listen, y'all, you can find me on many different platforms.
Do I know? I've never met him physically, but I know a little bit about Will.
He's like, that's enough, young lady.
Thank you.
So you can find me on my website. I have put everything on my website just to make it easy. It's www.laurakey.net. Now, what is not on there, and I am going to be getting this information out, but you're getting it here first. I also am really getting involved with Substack, and I have a very new series there called Finding Your Soul's Voice. And this is going to help you start to learn and get back into your creative self and to walk in your life's purpose. I'm taking that journey. And so I'm taking you along with me. So you can find me on Substack. I just posted a new video today. So follow the series. And it's actually been posted before my regular people see it. So you're getting it first. It's Living the LaLa Life on Substack.
You know what we're going to do? Since you mentioned that, we're getting a little bit of echo, but we'll get through it. All right. So people, take a look at this.
That just was posted right before the show.
There's a Substack page. There we go. So again, if people are asking, what is Substack? I would say people are asking, what's Substack? I'd say it's the writer's version of YouTube. I think that's the best way I can describe it. It's the writer's version. And especially a lot of media people are on Substack, especially a lot of media people that got fired in the last few years are on Substack. But and wonderful thing about in the last 5 or 6 months, they've allowed live streaming on their platform. And both Lala and myself were content creators. One of the nice things is when you live stream on Substack, after it's finished, they produce 4 or 5 clips for you.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
Very, very good site. So, and we got, so we'll take the screenshot down. So you saw the thing, you saw the Substack page. So go subscribe. Also, look, still got comments coming in. Real Django says Sinners was on point. Lala, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm watching it again and again and again. It's one of my favorites.
All right. Norman Otis Richmond, always good to see you. Sinners is an instant classic. Dr. G goes 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 all over the place.
Thank you, Dr. G.
Oh, okay. Dr. Vibe, I'm a dude, so I need to be corrected.
I'm a dude. She's a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes. Y'all remember that from Good Burger?
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. How may I help you?
Okay, we got to take LaLa off screen now. She's had too much fun today. We're taking her off, son. Okay, we're taking her off screen. All right, that is it. All right, so as we wind it down, as always, thank you so much for taking the most important thing, your time, to hang out with us. As always, let me do this. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube, hit the notification button, and then like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Substack. See, I added it on before the end of the show today. To advertise your business, product, or service on any of the platforms that I'm on, email me dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. If you, okay, I'm not going to forget this. If you want to get in touch with Aisha, she's always here, even in spirit. AK Staggers, Instagram. Medium, there's a link. Blue Sky, there's a Blue Sky handle. Friendo Media, there's the link. Substack, there's her handle. And I believe I shared it on most of the platforms that everyone's watching this live on the replay on. Myself, the Dr. Vibe Show website, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, the Dr. Vibe Show, Instagram at the Dr. Vibe Show. Excuse me, X/Twitter at drvibeshow. Email, said that already. Here I am on Substack, drvibe.substack.com/subscribe. And on Blue Sky, drvibe.bsky.social, and TikTok, yes, at the dr.vibeshow.com. All right, you can watch replays of this epic conversation on the Dr. Vibe Show, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and the website. And I've got to add, oh, not yet. We'll get it on Substack eventually. All right, one last comment, then we're kicking it out of here. Let's see who got the last comment in for today. Okay. Real Django, LOLOL. I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling because the Wallamala. All right. And then Dr. G says, LaLa, always amazingly informative. Wonderful. And Real Django, replay, instant. Who sung that song? Who sung the song Instant Replay? Pop quiz. All right. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger. Block assumptions. Aim bigger, aim better, aim higher and wider. Love, faith, and respect. Don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Remember to give yourselves grace. If you're not making money, make history. Try to do both and make it better. God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith. Walk good. Pray for Aisha. Let's have her back next week. And praying for all you. All right? God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith and walk good.
To understand how afraid I am of any member of the rodent family that's down to squirrels and chipmunks. Okay? I cannot stand all members of the rodent family. Rabbits, bunnies, no. What else is going on that day? I mean, is there something we're supposed to be doing?
Why are you going there? Why are you going there? You know I'm going to ask you. It falls the same day as the inauguration of the new president.
The what? Excuse me? I'm sorry?
So in other words, Monday.
So onesies. Now, folks, don't ever think you're going to see us all on a show with onesies on. Don't do that.
You might see me. You might see me.
You'll see me and LaLa because we oftentimes wear ours.